What's up guys, Jetzu here, and today I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about a Total War Lord of the Rings game. Would you guys want to play such a thing? I think we already have a good indication of what that answer is, seeing as how a lot of you guys have already played the Third Age mod for Medieval 2, or a lot of you guys have heard about it. Whatever the case might be, I know a good amount of you guys would definitely play the game if it was available. I know my ass definitely would. So for this video, I wanted to go ahead and kind of give you guys my take on some of the things I would like to see in this sort of game. And then you guys let me know in the comment section whether you guys would want this, or what type of game do you guys want them, or license do you want them to kind of be able to put in a Total War style. So in the last video I talked about Game of Thrones. This video, Lord of the Rings. In my next video, I'm thinking I'm leaning toward 40k, Warhammer 40k. I'm not exactly sure, but first let's go ahead and jump right into this. So the first thing I want to see them do is I want to see them really take a look at the Third Age Total War mod. I want them to take a look at it and kind of dissect it and see exactly what worked. And for the most part, I think the Third Age Total War mod is the best Total War mod that has ever been made, and it does a great job of recreating Middle Earth, recreating the races, the alliances those races had, the search for the ring. It makes it in a believable fashion. When you find landmarks, it gives you kind of clips from the actual movies themselves. And so for me, it definitely hits every itch that you can have when wanting to play a Total War game that's Lord of the Rings style. Now, what I would want them to do is I would want them to take in some of the things that we've learned from The Hobbit, which I believe the Third Age was done before the Hobbits came out, the Hobbit movies. Take some of those things also, as well as incorporate the things from Lord of the Rings. The time period I would like to see, let's go ahead and do the Bilbos, the Bilbos, the Baggins, Frodo Baggins, Bilbo Baggins, like their lifespan. So we'll start with the Hobbit all the way to the end of Lord of the Rings, and you can keep going and playing, but that's basically how it's going to be. I would like to see the majority of the races that were encompassed in the Third Age Total War. I want to see them in the game, and I don't care if we get those unlocked DLC type of things for a couple of them, but at least for the very beginning, definitely the Wood Elves, definitely Rivendell, definitely, depending if that goes with the Wood Elves, Mordor, Isengard, the Orcs of the Misty Mountains, the Shire in some sort of aspect. The dwarves, I would like to see them. So essentially, some of the main players in the Lord of the Rings movies, I would like to see them at least for free, at least 5 of them at least for free, and then you can go ahead and start unlocking the rest of them through DLC. You can go ahead and do that if you want and make your extra buck that way. But on top of that, like I said, I want there to be some sort of callback to the movies. I would like to see if one of my favorite parts about finding landmarks, I mean, it does kind of get old, but you can exit out of it if you wish, but finding landmarks, it brings a little clip from the movie on there, so that kind of gives you that really in-depth feel of Middle Earth. I would like to see them take away the some of the I guess features of Warhammer. The corruption style features, I don't think that they would go very well into Lord of the Rings. I mean, there are a couple cases where, especially in The Hobbit, where you get like, oh, things are getting a little bit corrupted. I know Mirkwood they were like, oh, Mirkwood got corrupted a little bit, or it's being corrupted by a necromancer. I think that's what it was in The Hobbit, and so I don't think that besides that, there's really nothing else that has a corrupting feel to it. So for that, I feel like we can keep out of the game. We can keep it out. Definitely bring back legendary lords. I do want, just like the Game of Thrones, I would like this Total War game to be more grounded, less crazy magical abilities. Even in the Third Age, there wasn't that many. There was just a lot of crazy monsters like trolls, orcs, urukai, but not so much magical abilities. I feel like the ones that should have magical abilities is probably Sauron, Gandalf, and Saruman. Those would probably keep it to those for the most part, depending on which time period you're in. But I feel like those would probably have and little gameplay abilities. Another thing I would like to see, the goblins have a couple of the big meteor units, like the trolls and bigger orcs and stuff like that, like the white orc from The Hobbit. I would like to see something like that. I personally would definitely play Isengard. That's normally what I lean to as a third when I play a third age, mainly because I love the Urukai, love the way they look. I feel like with Lord of the Rings, there's so much there. There's so much a backstory there that it can really do. We can really do some good telling that through quests and stuff like that in the actual game. And I feel like Warhammer has given us a perfect template for us to follow with the Lord of the Ring with a Lord of the Rings style Total War game. It wouldn't be that much of a drastic shift. And I think that just like in the Third Age, where it's possible to be allies and be at war with normally factions that in the movies or in their lore you're not supposed to be allies with or at war with. It just takes a lot of money and influence, and if you attack them, then I would like to see some sort of kind of conflicts like that, so you can rewrite our own history, sort of like what I've championed for Warhammer with the whole everybody gets to settle in different places. And that's the last thing. Everybody in Lord of the Rings in the game, I feel like, should be able to settle anywhere, because even the orcs from Mordor took half the town, the city, and I can't remember the name of the city right now, and I don't want to butcher it, but they took half the city, and the one that is basically protecting or right before you get to Minas Tirith. So, and they didn't and they were able to settle there. So I feel like anybody can be able to settle anywhere. Now, the one thing that I do think that there should be some sort of attrition is if you're going through swamps, if you're going through the mountains, if you're going through some forests, and if you're going through Mordor. I think Mordor should be one of those places that should give you attrition if you are not from there. Like if you're not Sauron or Saruman or any of the orcs of Gundabad, anything like that, then you shouldn't be able to live or be able to be walking through Mordor without getting some sort of attrition. But those are basically the things that I can think of the top of my head. I want to go ahead and leave the floor open to you guys. What are some cool different things that we could add to this? What is something that you would like to see? And do you even want to see Lord of the Rings Total War game done in a Third Age style? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. Let's see if we can get over 50 likes for this video. We've been doing really good with the likes lately, so please hit that like button. It really helps my channel a lot. Thanks again so much for watching. This is going to be Jetzu signing off.